Hey there friends, welcome to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Dominique and I want to share a little bit with you today about my process of getting to know myself, getting to know who I really am, who I was born to be. And I think this is really important to touch on because as I work with my one-on-one coaching clients, I've come to see a pattern of being in a place of not knowing their real true needs and not knowing what they actually are desiring long term from their lives. And I do work with a lot of individuals on anxiety and of course unresolved trauma. And we work through a lot of the old patterns and beliefs that have held my clients back from living the life that they truly desire, from pursuing the life of their dreams. And I was 100% in their shoes just a few years ago. And so I myself have been on this journey, if you want to call the healing journey, to discovering who I really am, who I was born as before the world told me who I needed to be. So not only am I working on healing anxiety, hypervigilance, and trauma with my clients, but we're also in the process peeling away the layers of conditioning that they've had through most of their life. And this begins to reveal new potential that my clients and myself at one point did not see possible. It just simply was not attainable, or it wasn't safe for us. And now as we start to uncover new desires and new beliefs, new ways of thinking, then we also have to work with bringing that sense of safety within our nervous system to actually acquire these desires. And part of the process with teaching our nervous systems that it is safe for us to step outside our comfort zone and it is safe to desire those bigger goals and dreams is actually experimenting and doing so at a very slow and gradual rate, because we truly don't know what is going to work best for our particular needs unless we try different things and we keep what works and we leave the rest. So a lot of what I've been doing myself over the years has been simply experimenting with all ideas, thoughts, methods, techniques surrounding the whole purpose of discovering who I really am, who I am at the core, again, who I was born to be before the world or my pain told me who I needed to be. So this leads me into sharing a little bit about what my plans are moving forward with my own education and studies and experimentation. And one of the things that I've come to discover about myself over the years as I've been doing all this experimentation is that I truly love it, that it comes easy to me, that I honestly love researching and looking for new ways of doing things, new beliefs, new techniques, new methods. And as I'm doing this experimentation on my own and within myself, collecting data and collecting my thoughts and insights, then sharing it with my coaching clients and of course with the world using my social media platforms. So what I plan on doing over the next few months is bringing a new experiment into my life. And this experiment is going to be all about tapping into my human design. Now, in a nutshell, human design offers us a manual or a blueprint to what makes us as individuals so unique and where our true gifts lie. So the gifts that we were born with, again, before the world told us who we needed to be, before our conditioning set in. Human design is incredibly complex, but I am so very fascinated by it, and I've been studying it for probably the past year. And I've dipped my toes a little bit in and out of using human design in my own life, but I am feeling so incredibly drawn to going all in with implementing human design into not only my life, but also my business. So I want to share with you a little bit about my own personal human design chart and what I find so fascinating, because as I just shared, I get so giddy and excited about learning new things, studying, and also experimentation. And as I looked further into my human design chart, I came to realize that this, according to human design, is ultimately who I am meant to be. So if we live according to our design, then we in turn will have less resistance. We will feel more connection, more joy, more success, more satisfaction within our lives, and less of the emotions like frustration and bitterness. So I'm going to just share with you real quick about my particular chart and what I came to learn. And I'm just looking at my iPad here so I don't miss anything. But what I came to learn about my chart, and by the way, you can look up your own chart very easily. It's similar to looking up your birth chart. You just need your birth date, time, and place. I will link below a website that you can go to for quick access to your own chart. But for myself, I am known as a projector type. Now in human design, there are 6 energy types, and I am a projector. The other 5 are generator, manifesting generator, manifestors, and reflectors. So how many do we have there? I've got projector, manifestor, reflector, generator, manifesting generator. Okay, never mind. There's only 5. See, I'm still learning. So as I mentioned, I'm a projector, and 20% of the population are projectors. And I thought this was really quite cool because projectors are also supposed to be the guides. They are really the ones that guide others to greatness or success. And when I started learning about this, I just feel so fulfilled and so much gratitude knowing that I get to guide others to greatness, to fulfilling their own lives, and providing them tremendous support that is just full of love and, again, gratitude for these individuals allowing me into their lives. So I, of course, when I learned that I was a projector, I was like, oh, okay, that's fitting, great. And then I learned that my profile is a 1-3. Now, there's a lot of different profiles, and I could spend a whole lot of time talking about it, but I definitely recommend you look further into it. I'll have links down below if you want to know a little more about the other profiles, because I'm just sharing kind of mine right now and what I've learned about myself. But I am a 1-3 profile. And what the profile is that it highlights your personality. The first number is how you view yourself. The second number is how you are viewed by the world or your peers. So you have the internal and external. And for myself, the 1 is known as the knowledge seeker. So this is the person that just loves learning new things and researching and just devouring all of the information. And of course, how suiting is that? And then for the 3, which is my second number, this is known as the experimenter. So when I was reading about this, I was like, what? This is me. And I get giddy about things like this because the more I can learn and understand about my uniqueness, then the more connected I become to myself, my purpose, my loved ones, and my mission in this lifetime. And as I said before, I think the great thing about experimenting is that you get to keep what works for you and leave the rest. So I don't ever take anything as hard truth until I have done the work to implement it into my life and to come to my own conclusion and thoughts. So this is part of that experimentation that I'm going to be doing with human design, because yes, this sounds all wonderful as a lot of it just syncs up together. But my sign is going to be when the time comes that I actually apply it to my life and I see the improvement in my life that I'm desiring. Now, in human design, I've come to learn and understand, again through researching, that the three major areas to focus on are the energy type, projector, your profile, 1-3, and also your strategy. So my strategy is waiting for the invitation. And according to human design, the strategy is how we interact with stimulus from the outside and how we use our energy. And the strategy is always based on your energy type. So every projector's strategy will be to wait for the invitation. Now, the best way I know how to explain this is kind of in my career, my coaching. So instead of me seeking others as a form of marketing, which we see a ton of nowadays with cold calls and cold DMs and really just promoting, instead of doing that as a projector, I am actually meant to simply share all of the knowledge that I have, all of my interests, to share about my experiments. And by sharing, the eyes that are meant to be on me will come, and from there reach out to me and request whether it's a one-on-one consultation or just more information about what I'm doing. So that's where waiting for the invitation comes from. I'm waiting to be invited to share my knowledge and my gifts with others, versus going back to the marketing framework that you see most times is pushing yourself out there to get eyes on you in a very salesy, and for me, it just feels like icky type of method. And I never really sat well with this method of marketing, and marketing myself especially. I could never jump on the bandwagon. So my strategy moving forward is going to be simply continuing what I'm doing, sharing with my followers here on YouTube, on Instagram, in my newsletter as well. I will be switching things up a little bit in my newsletter. So if you are not yet on my list, I would love for you to join, and the link will be down below in the description. But I'm going to be sharing more about my own personal experience. And with me being in that one profile, I'm going to share about all of the knowledge that I have acquired on my own healing journey when it comes to healing anxiety and discovering who I truly am. And I've been able to do so by implementing a ton of different ideas, thoughts, and methods. So this is where sharing these things with you is going to come into play with my newsletter, as well as keeping you up to date on how my experimentation is going as I go through the months using human design and any other areas that I decide to bring into my experimentation menu, I guess I'll call it, because I do like to keep myself busy with trying new things. So when I tie in my strategy as waiting for the invitation, this is when I am supposed to be feeling my truest self. This is when success is supposed to come to me more freely and with less resistance. And this is also when I'm meant to feel more connected to my purpose and my gifts. Now, if you'd like to learn a little bit more about my experimentation with human design in the coming months, I would love to do updated videos on this. Just leave a comment down below and you can comment human design. That way I know to do more videos updating you on how things are going and what I'm liking and not liking about the whole process of experimentation. All in all, in this video, the big takeaway that I would love for you to take away is that with experimentation and curiosity, there can be no failure, only knowledge, only the gaining of information and knowledge that is going to help you to grow. In the past, I have struggled greatly with simply doing something for fun and not really focusing on, okay, if this doesn't go right, then that means I fail. Whereas over the years, I've come to understand that it's through my curiosity and through my desire to experiment that I continue to learn about how I can bring the greatest healing to myself and to my clients and really tap into my gifts. I want to thank you for joining me in today's video, and if you have not yet subscribed, then go ahead and hit that subscribe button as well as the notification bell so you don't miss out on any new content. Until next time, sending you so much healing love.